Welcome back to Project Seawolf. So today I'm hoping we can get the rest of the chain plate pads done. So the 2 baby stays and the 1 mainstay on each side all be done, which will be awesome. It's about 40 degrees outside, but I left the heater on so that the epoxy wouldn't go bad or crystallize, and so it's already warmed up and ready to go. Just need to start grinding and sanding away at the old fiberglass, and then we'll start laying on new fiberglass. All right, we're pretty cleaned out in here. So I think I'm gonna take this faucet off because I have a brand new faucet that's gonna be better for the system that I'm gonna put in here. So the system that I'm putting in here, I'm gonna have, each faucet is gonna have their own contained water jug and also draining jug, which will be able to be pumped out to out and over instead of down and out. That way I can keep track of exactly how much water I'm using, and I think it's just a more efficient system, and also I don't have to pump it out or have it drain out the bottom through a through hole. I would rather ferry the little bit of water that I use in these sinks out or pump it out than have a through hole below. So that's just a personal preference. Also, the entire system will be self-contained. Which is also nice. Now that I have this space kind of opened up, I can see a few things that I want to do, possibly even today. I'd like to tab this edge, this top edge, because it's pretty close to the hull as is. So I think I'll tab that into the hull just while I have the fiberglass and epoxy out. That won't be too hard. Maybe next time we'll work on the holes that were left by previous appliances. I mean, there's so many old holes in this wall. I'll use my Divinity foam, use a hole saw on it, and create some filler pieces for these holes, and then I'll fiberglass over those next time. But this time, the big thing that I want to do is these through holes. Oh, I can see that chain plate dripping water. It's not a whole lot of water, but if it's on the fiberglass, I won't be able to work on the fiberglass. It's not on the fiberglass. Okay, it's keeping clear of the fiberglass. That's good. But yeah, I'm gonna prep these surfaces the same as I did the other ones, and then we'll put the new fiberglass down. The other chain plate pad is in here, in the V-berth, in the closet, up on top. This one is pretty well sanded and prepped. I'm gonna have to sand down some of those ridges in there, on the left side especially, but I don't think it's gonna take nearly as long, which is a good thing because this is a terrible space to be crumpled up in and working on stuff. I could even do some sanding on that through hole repair that I did there. In the upcoming episodes, there's gonna be some more filling of these old appliance holes and these through holes down here, the old transducers that never worked. Those will be some good big steps for winter while I can only work inside the boat. Because outside it's wet and cold and the epoxy wouldn't set. Once these chain plate pads are done, the only chain plate pad that I'll have left is going to be in the aft las, and I'm going to have to wait till spring to do that one for temperature and water reasons. So until then, probably going to be doing more structural repairs, just making it as nice as I can inside, and possibly starting to build the bowsprit, but that's going to be a pretty expensive project. We'll see. I'll sell a few things, my motorcycle and a few other things, and see if I can come up with the funds to do that. Alright, I've been sanding for about 3 hours on this one, and it makes sense. It was the messiest one because of the like last minute chain plate repair that they tried to do. So now we're gonna move on to this one, which has some pretty deep gouges. I think with the gouges, because it goes so deep into the hull from where I was cutting stuff out, I'm gonna grind those out as best as I can and
make sure all the rust is that caused some of the delamination is dug out. But I probably won't sand it back equally across the whole thing. I'll just sand out the gouges so that I can put in some chop strand in there to build it up to the level of the hull, and then I'll lay the larger mats on top. Hopefully that won't introduce any bubbles, but I'll make sure it's all thick epoxy onto everything, because I want this to be a super solid place. Especially this one. This one's a mainstay, so I just want to make sure the mainstays are really well adhered. The baby stays a little bit lower risk, but I'm still going to approach it the same way. Alright, the second Chainplate pad looks pretty good. Not as good as that one, but again, this is just the baby stay. And then I went down here and I prepped the surfaces around the this head liner so that I can tab it. I'm probably going to use biaxial roving strips to tab it in. Now we're going to move on to this one, which hopefully won't take as much grinding because it's taken many hours to do all the sanding. But once this is prepped and everything's going to be ready for epoxy. Alright, cleaned everything up with acetone, touched up a few spots that had some rust or some pockets. This whole boat smells like acetone, so I've got the hatches open, which unfortunately means it's starting to cool down, but I've got a lot of cutting to do to get all the fiberglass patches that I want to make. So total, I guess I'm going to have 9 chop strand patches and 9 biaxial roving patches. A little bit smaller than before because these spots are a little bit smaller because they're in tight spaces, but plus the little bits of fiberglass that'll build up the pockets that are recessed from some of the gouges that I made. But it should all turn out really well and be a huge step forward. Pretty excited. All right, come check it out. We've got most of the head tabbed in now. Just need to do this thicker edge, and I'm thinking about using a filler piece, which is why I didn't do it now. Some of these edges, this one and that one, I think are gonna need a filler piece. So I'll do that next time. And then, yeah, we got 2 new pads in here. They look fantastic. Love the way they turned out, especially the mainstay one. I really like that, and even repaired where the extra backing plate was that they added on. And then in the V-berth, we got this pad up in here, and I think this one turned out pretty well as well. I even tabbed in the side a little bit. I'm gonna add some more, a filler piece there, and tab that in as well so that we have a nice clean surface in here. And yeah, cleaned up that through hole repair a little bit as well. So thank you for watching. Thank you to everybody on Patreon for all your support, and everybody on YouTube leaving comments, liking, subscribing. You guys have been a lot of help. This channel really can use your support. It's still very small, so a little bit goes a long way. So thank you. Thank you so much. Next time we'll probably be working on those through holes down there. I hope. This place needs a little bit of a spring cleaning, I think, so that's on the cards too. I should take everything off of here, really scrub everything down with soap and water and cleaner, and that'll help get everything out of the way, mildew and rust wise, because I want to do a lot of work in the bilge, and a big reason why I haven't done that is because
you have to clean along the way, and it's still got like residue from the old engine in there. So that's another big task. But I think we got a lot done today, and hope that that momentum carries forward and we get a lot done in the coming episodes. So thank you for watching. See you next time.